Um, It was a good time to have one of these games after a long layoff, and naturally, trying to play without Charles for the first time. So it was good. And there's some good, and there were some things we have to work on. I think the thing that was really good is that we got really good bench play. Those three guys that have to step up and play. Matt Horton, I thought his 13 minutes, he was really efficient offensively and defensively. Rawls has played minutes. He was good. And I told you this at the press conference the other day, a guy that we've been wanting to get in this game. Games and situations really hadn't allowed it to happen. But he's a little guy I believe in. He just needs playing time. He's a freshman that didn't practice last year. But one thing that I know he can do is make shots. And he has the ability to put that ball on the floor. As he gets more comfortable, you'll see that a little bit. That was Jeremiah. So I was proud to see those three guys come off the bench. And Jeremiah's been sick for the last 3 days. If he just came to press conference, you saw again, looking in his eyes, he hadn't been really well. But he found a way to, tough it out, and I'm proud for him with that. Tavion and Rawls, I guess they had 12 assists, 4 turnovers between them. I guess we had 21 assists on 30 baskets. We went through a long stretch. That last 6 minutes of that game, I think we had 9 possessions. We didn't score. That was the real bad spurt offensively. But some good, some bad, some things to work on, some things to build on.
Question. More on Jeremiah and just how impressive tonight was, considering everything that you just sort of said and the way that he came out and shot, and just what that will do for him moving forward confidence-wise.
And there's no substitute for confidence. Hey, that's one of the best weapons you can have, is to believe and to have confidence. Sometimes the guy's not very good and he believes he's good, he's pretty good. So you can take a guy like Jeremiah that naturally hadn't had a lot of success yet, hadn't had opportunity to play. For him to come in, and as a player and as a coach, it helps both. As a player, he knows he's going to play now. And as a coach, we know we're going to play him. So it helps everybody mentally. And again, the more he plays, the more comfortable he'll get. And, we need him to add 2 every night like this.
Speaking of being comfortable, you played with a lot of different lineups, especially early in the game, and moved a lot of people in and out. What did you see from just all the people being able to kind of fit in and play a lot of different roles that haven't before?
Well, there's some good and there's some bad with all of it. I didn't think we had. It's something we have to get better at. I thought Carson, he created a lot of those three-point shots, believe it or not, but not even passing the ball. Because he ball screened and he rolls hard, creates help. Creates that guy to help off that wing, and it created a bunch of three-point shots. That's a stat, don't get statted. That's number 1. Number 2, then at the end of that, where we have to get better at now, Carson gets in that post, go to work in that paint. Let's go to work in that paint now, and not roll in there and drift out a lot, go to work in that paint. I didn't think we got him the ball a lot consistently in the paint. We have to get better at that.
So you mentioned you guys had 21 assists tonight. What was really clicking offensively for you guys?
Well, we're playing smaller, number 1. As I've said from day one, you play smaller, there's more skill on the court, helps everybody. Helps all your point guards be more skilled. Tavion, the last 2 games, what's his stats? Last 2 games? It's a real positive assist-turnover ratio, and tonight it was too. And I really think having more skill out there with him now should help everybody. I didn't think we scored enough in transition, particularly the first half. I think at halftime we only had 4 transition baskets. Now they're not easy to. They're not going to offensive boards. They're getting back. They're playing 4 guards. But I've liked the amount of stops we got the first half. Got some more easier baskets in transition. We could have zoned some. We could have trapped some. I didn't want to do that. I want us to fight through and guard those guards, playing man-to-man, and just, suck it up a little bit. We needed to work. It'd been easy. Played a little zone. and slowed all that down, slowed all that dribble drive and that movement down, but we didn't. So, that was good for us. So, it was good to have that kind of game right now. No disrespect for Kentucky Wesleyan, but, we're not going to have many more games like that. And it starts Friday then, or Saturday. We go to Rhode Island.
Shot 28 threes tonight. I know a lot of that is because of the guards that you had out there, but just is that something that you're going to expect a lot of as you're playing smaller, just more there? Obviously,
Well,
they don't have games flow too.
Elliot, naturally when you play smaller, there'll be more three-point opportunities. That's for sure. If there's one stat on there tonight I really don't like much, and that's the free throw stat. We only attempt 9 free throws. I think they attempt 11. That's not a stat we're really accustomed to, which tells you a lot of three-point shots taken. The ball wasn't drove to the paint enough, and we didn't get enough paint presence. That ball wasn't going that paint enough on that pass. That has to get better in those areas. If not, we got knocked down more than 9 out of 28 threes. We need to knock down 12 or 14. And again, we can be a good three-point shooting team. There's no doubt. We can put some guys out there who can make shots. Jarrett and Carson and all those perimeter guys have abilities to make shots. We just don't want to fall in love with it. We got to continue to attack that rim and get some easy baskets.
That was something that you could do a lot with Charles there. So, you still expected that to happen and carry over no matter who else.
It's just going to be different. Charles, even though he didn't get the ball sometimes, his presence offensively calls guys to help, then which calls them to have to close out and open up driving lanes. And Charles created so much attention on a ball screen roll too, just open up driving lanes for other people. So those are areas, like I said, some ways we got to do. We're not going to be able to do it the same way. We got to find ways to do it differently with the personnel we have, and we'll continue to get better. Like I said, it was a good game at this point to have this kind of game, and there were some positive things to take from it. First off, that bench. I like that bench. I liked the way they all performed. I thought Matt Horton had a presence in there, offensively and defensively, and that's good.
You spoke a little bit about Horton just now. What did you really see from him being able to kind of put his back to the basket and make a few baskets that way?
Well, he gave us some post presence with some size. 4 for 5, 11 points, 4 rebounds in 13 minutes. Good stats. We always knew he can run the floor, but he's a guy defensively, has a chance to play one-on-one in that post and challenge the shot. That's not going to be Carson's strength. We got to be able to give him help and got to be able to do some things different with Carson. But Matt can because his size and athleticism.
You mentioned earlier about Rhode Island. They haven't lost at home this year yet, so that's obviously a huge game.
Well, just like I asked my team, you guys really know how good Rhode Island is and who they are. And I had one guy said, Coach, I don't know anything about them. Well, it's just one of those teams have a bad name, but they're really good. Really good. And I said this earlier. There's Louisville and probably them in Arkansas, or Louisville, Arkansas, and them. They've lost 3 games at Maryland, who's top 5 in the country. They were up 10 first half on them. They lost at West Virginia, who's top 25 in the country, in a pretty close game. They lost on neutral court to LSU, who's right there being a top 25 team. So that's their 3 losses. They're really good. Great guard play. You going with us? Okay. Great guard play. Russell will be as quick as guard you've seen play. Both those guards are really good. Bigs, 4s and 5s, athletic guys. Wings, they got great size, they got great depth. They're a really good basketball team, a team that will challenge to win the Atlantic 10, right at the top of it. They'll be right there at the top of the Atlantic 10 with, I think they were picked 3rd. They'll be right there at the top of it to win it. That good.
How do you play to slow down those guards?
Well, it's not going to be easy. Tavion's been pretty good, and stretchers, those kind of guys, and we got to do it by committee. I mean, we got to do it. I mean, they're really good getting that ball in that lane. Like I say, Russell's as fast a guard as you'll see play. What's his stats there, Elliot? You haven't pulled up?
21
You got it?
game,
How many?
21.
Okay, so that tells you enough right there as a guard. So, we'll see defensively, what we have to do, but, there's not a lot of changes that you can make. Biggest thing you got to be able to do is understand the challenge that you got, the energy and toughness, physically and mentally, that you got to bring go on the road and play against that kind of team in an environment we're going to play in. And again, you just said they hadn't lost a game and how long at home? Just this year, but probably last year too. They're a really, really good basketball team. So it's a great challenge for us. Same time, it's a great opportunity for us, and it'll make us better.
Coach, given the fact that they played on the 6th, Rhode Island played on the 6th, and you guys coming off of winning tonight, do you find that any difficult, like, advantage?
That can be good and bad sometimes. I think most coaches this time of year would prefer not to have 10 days off, or they'll be off almost 2 weeks. 15 days off. Most coaches would prefer not to do that. You like to keep playing in a rhythm a little bit. So there can be some good, and there can be some bad with it. It also gives them a time to work on some things they want to work on, put in some new things that no one's seen. When we go out there and watch film, we haven't watched film 2 weeks on how they've played. They've been able to practice. So they've had a lot of opportunities to do a lot of things different too.
Anything else?
Good, guys?